All right, let's talk about pragmatism. And no, I don't mean in that dusty, old, abstract philosophy class kind of way. We're going to look at it as a real, practical tool you can actually use to make better decisions and figure out what truly works in your life.
I mean, we've all been there, haven't we? Staring down a huge decision about your career or a relationship, maybe just trying to figure out what you stand for, and you just feel stuck. That feeling, that universal uncertainty, that's the exact problem pragmatism was built to tackle.
So where do you even start to find the answers? Well, the philosopher and psychologist William James suggested a pretty radical change in how we even approach the question.
He basically said, look, instead of getting lost in what should be true in some perfect theoretical world, we need to focus on what actually produces a positive real-world difference in our lives. It's a huge shift from the abstract to the actual.
And that leads us straight into the heart of pragmatism. It's a whole philosophy built around this idea of practical consequences. So what on earth does that mean for something as big as the truth?
Here it is, the big test. A belief is true if it works. Simple as that. If it empowers you, if it leads to good things, if it makes a tangible, positive difference in your life, then it's a useful or true belief. The focus isn't on some elegant, perfect logic. It's all about real-world results.
This completely redefines truth itself. It's saying that truth isn't some static thing you just find, like a rock on the ground. It's something you actively create. It's made real by your actions and experiences. Truth becomes a living, breathing process, always evolving as you go.
Okay, and this is probably the most powerful metaphor in all of pragmatism. I want you to think of your beliefs not as facts written in stone, but as tools, just like tools in a toolbox.
Let's make this super concrete. Think about a college student. If they hold the belief that hard work leads to success, what happens? Well, they're going to be motivated, they're going to be focused, they'll be resilient when things get tough during finals. That belief works for them. It produces positive outcomes. So in a very real, pragmatic sense, it becomes true for them. On the flip side, what about the belief nothing I do matters? Well, that tool just leads to inaction and feeling down. It doesn't work. It's a useless tool.
Now, this is where a lot of people get pragmatism wrong. They hear, believe what works, and think it's just an excuse to believe whatever makes you feel good at the moment. But it's actually way more disciplined and responsible than that.
Yeah, pragmatism isn't a free pass for wishful thinking or just ignoring reality. It's not about quick fixes. It's about taking a long-term, honest look at what truly works to build a better life for you and for the people around you, even when the most useful belief is actually the harder one to adopt.
And this is where it gets really deep. Pragmatism comes with a serious responsibility. The question isn't just, does this work for me right now? It's also, does this belief lead to better outcomes for my community, for my relationships, for the person I want to be in the future? It's about choosing beliefs that actually lead to kindness and growth and positive change.
So theory is great, but how do we actually use this in our own lives? Well, it turns out pragmatism gives us a clear, practical method for testing the very beliefs we hold.
Here it is, a 4-step method. First, just pick a core belief you have. It could be about anything: money, love, your own potential. Second, be honest. What actions and feelings does this belief actually cause in you? Third, evaluate those results. Does it really help you? Does it help you grow? And finally, you decide. You consciously choose to either keep and strengthen that tool, or you decide it's time to find a better one.
And really, that's the bottom line question, isn't it? This invites you to take a serious inventory of your own mind, to stop holding on to ideas just because they sound right or because you've always believed them, and to start asking, do they actually serve you today?
At the end of the day, that's the real challenge that pragmatism leaves us with. Your mind is a workshop. Your beliefs are the tools you're using to build your reality, your happiness, your entire future. The only question left is, are you building something amazing with them?